Here we go. Episode 6, I believe, of Sweet and Sassy Show podcast with Jen Carpenter and Molly Lowe. Today, we are going to talk about what successful people do. And I also wanted to add, I thought about this smart and successful, because sometimes there's successful people that are not super smart. So, what smart and successful people do, the things they do, the things they don't do, and spending your time and energy where you want to as an entrepreneur. We may touch a little bit on women in entrepreneurship or families and parenthood as well. I'm Jen Carpenter. I work with entrepreneurs, business owners to make sure they don't have to deal with things on their own and have legal resources in place for an affordable rate and be able to empower their employees with dealing with everyday situations and the unexpected things that happen to us in life. And I help people get their mind in flow with mind flow coaching, mind flow mastery, and monthly educational events, a coaching program, and a accountability group, a weekly accountability group as well. Molly Lowe is amazing. She's a rock star. Oh my gosh, we are together on this journey and we get to celebrate by doing these conversations together. She has an awesome podcast called Tall Glass of Sass as well, and you don't usually have people on with you. It's just you and your amazing, awesome value, right?
For the most part, yes, that's correct.
Yes. So
I
yes,
just
Molly
like to
Lowe, she's
talk.
she's booking clients as we speak today, tearing it up, doing what she does as a mom entrepreneur. So happy to be here with you.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Molly Lowe, and I'm a LinkedIn business coach for coaches. I help you to optimize and monetize your LinkedIn presence because, to be honest, as much as I enjoy LinkedIn, I'm not on there for my health. I'm there to make money. So if that's you too, and you're trying to figure it out, I'm your gal.
She's just a rock star coach in general, whether it's LinkedIn or not specifically, I'd say.
I appreciate that.
Mindset, everything, momming, tearing it up. So, okay, so there's so many things I've learned over the years about what entrepreneurs that are successful do, but also smart. Let me just pick one here to start with. How about under promise and over deliver? You want to just put the value out there of what you do and have it be, you know, what is the transformation that you can provide with what you offer, and give enough information to do what you need to do, and also then, maybe finish a job sooner than planned if needed, or whatever it may be, to be able to over deliver. And even in your coaching, I'm just starting in the coaching realm, so being able to just add as much value as you can, and use stories to share to help people understand the concepts you're delivering. That's one of the main things of coaching is, not just your own experiences, but over deliver in the quality of what you deliver after you sign a client, or so a lot of times we're talking about sales and getting a client or whatever. So yeah, under promise and over deliver with your clients.
Mm, such a great call out. It's so interesting because I was having the same conversation with someone actually last week about it's one of the things that I firmly believe is, especially as a coach and entrepreneur, sales is a part of the journey. It is, and everyone, yes, will start to elevate their sales. But it becomes a point where, to your point, right, where you overpromise and underdeliver, is when people become really, really good in sales, but then become really, really bad at the delivery side, right?
Yeah,
So it's keeping that in balance. I
yeah,
love that call out so much. And, one thing that I would add on top of that is I also say that consistency, doing all of the wrong things is going to hurt you more than it's going to help you. So, in particular, if I were to just give you even more clarity on what that looks like, right? I think a lot of the times we can get caught up on doing busy work versus
it's just gonna
doing
say, yeah,
productive, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And as a mom entrepreneur, as somebody who I wish someone would have told me this 6 years ago when I started my business was, hey, Molly, what should be consistent is revenue generating tasks. Now, that
yeah,
doesn't always mean like you have to have a bunch of sales calls, which is always great because sales calls are always good. revenue generating tasks could be nurturing a community. It's attending networking events, being able to give a 90-second pitch to who you are, who you serve, what you do, so people know. There's a lot of different things in that. And the more that you're consistent about doing these revenue generating tasks, that, my friend, is what then yields the results that you want. That, of course, smart and successful
There
all
you
in one.
go. There you go. So that was going to lead to, spending your time and energy where you want. So that goes right into you can delegate tasks. You have to have systems and processes in place, even in your business and in your life. Anytime something comes up, something today, just as an example, came up. This is just about, being able to deliver quality service. But something came up today that I didn't have. Uh, in my calendar, and I decided, okay, oh no, 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 it was voicemails. I apologize. It was voicemails. I hadn't checked my voicemails and I missed three extremely important things. And it's also the fact that like I was starting to be in flow a little more, doing a little less actually. We're talking about doing the important things and less of the yeah, I was doing a little bit less. I didn't check my voicemails. And I got three today, extremely actually productive and important things that I missed because I just allowed and flowed for one. But then I decided, okay, I need to be a little more diligent on checking these voicemails on Fridays. So I'm delivering quality service and not getting back to people, 3 days later because I didn't check my voicemail. So I don't typically do a lot of phone calls, but I can get employees that call about their benefits and things like that. So it doesn't happen that often. But yes, I had to put a system in place. Everything that I do, whether it's my business or home or even, I may go the route of teaching a little more habits productivity in my business as well. But having a structure, a schedule, a plan, a process, same kind of things. Having protein shakes 3 times a week with my family to make breakfast easier. Like everything I do, we put a system in place. You have to have it. And so, again, delegating tasks, only spending your time and energy where you want to. I plan on in May having somebody do these tasks for me. I think maybe last time I said April and it hasn't happened yet for various reasons. But putting these other tasks onto someone else to free up, possibly 6, 7 hours a week of my time. Um, and the under promise, over deliver part two, just even in communication, I guess, to always focus on what's necessary to bring up, what's not necessary to bring up. And this goes into another topic, and then I'll go back to you. I've had to learn quite often that people who are wealthy and successful and smart, they don't want to waste time. They don't waste their time. Their time is very important. They don't waste their energy with things they don't want to talk about. They don't, you want to get to the point in a conversation, email, conversation, anything, clear, concise communication. We've already talked about that recently too. Um, you know, keep it short, sweet, to the point, and still have fun and be kind at the same time. That's another something that successful and smart people do. So yeah, delegating tasks, working on a schedule, processes, systems, put everything in place, only doing what you want to do also, because we'll go back to that, I think, too, but only that's about the past month. I've been really focusing on only doing what I want to do. So tell me more about
I love all of that. Yes to all of that. And I want to call out something that's so simple. And I know a lot of us do this, but it's again, it's honoring the boundaries that you put in place in your calendar to do the things that you want with the people that you want, right?
yeah.
And so, for example, I used to have my personal calendar and my work calendar separate. But once I started to integrate them, I'm like, oh, this is mom time.
Yeah.
I go to brunch with my husband every Friday morning.
Nice.
I block it off. Yeah, it is
Oh yeah.
it is my time with him and nobody can snag a spot. And and also to your point, the whole concept of time and productivity for me, I just closed a sale today, right? I just signed a new client. Productive? Heck yeah. Yes, I was. And I did it in such a short amount of time. And I think that that just goes to to show that at the end of the day, it's not how many hours you put in, it's what you're using your time to do
Yes.
while yeah still being and doing the things that you want. And so it's Delegation is my favorite thing in the world. I'm so excited to hear that you are going to be having some help, because I really do believe that. I actually just made a post about this. Money, it's not for today's TED Talk, so I just want to tell that
It's
money,
okay.
okay, like money provides you with options. Money provides you. So if you are able to generate the revenue in your business, it allows for you to have the option of delegating and getting more help. So why? You have more time to do the things that you want. And I'm really fortunate. I've got three amazing team members that help me run my show,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
And I never ever see it as a uh like a waste of money. It's a nope, because guess what do I want to do? I want to do stuff like this.
Yes.
I want it, right? I
Yes.
want to, yeah, I want to be with my
Yeah.
family. I want to, go to brunch every Friday. I want my Mondays blocked off for my CEO days. That is what I want, and I'm gonna lean into that. It's not always more hours, y'all. It is, what are you doing with the hours that you do have that you want to do? Again, productive versus busy in your business.
Yes. Yes. That goes to integrity with yourself. So that was actually the other thing. Doing things, completing things. People that are successful and smart, they do what they're set out to do. They put a timeline to it, put it on the schedule. Actually, I was going to say too, income producing activities. When you look at your whole schedule in the week, you want to make sure you have those big chunks of actual income producing activities, like you talked about earlier. But yeah, smart, successful people complete what they're set out to do, integrity with yourself, completing things, showing up and being who you are everywhere. That sort of concept. If you're late in one thing, you're probably going to be late in another event or whatever. Family thing versus a business thing, whatever. You show up the same way everywhere. And integrity with yourself when for one, when you do things well, but for two, when you learn from mistakes too, and you don't do things well. So still having like love and compassion for yourself and integrity with yourself to be okay with things that need to improve in your business, in your life. Not being so hard on yourself. I have a tendency, whether that's business as a mom or whatever, to be really hard on myself. So having love and compassion for yourself when you learn from your opportunities to improve, as I call it. I don't say to the best of my ability, conflicts, challenges, all that anymore. Opportunities to improve. Um, yeah, so showing up to be the best version of yourself, doing what you say you're gonna do, and when you don't do what you say you're gonna do, making sure that you take the steps to improve it and put an action in place to improve that. So you have, so you're actually doing what you say you're gonna do.
Absolutely. When you can uphold your own commitments to yourself, your subconscious mind gets it. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay. And shame and guilt and, over self criticism isn't going to serve you at all. So own it, have a sense of awareness, right? Hold yourself accountable and know that moving forward, you're going to do better. And so do better. So do better in that. That self integrity is so, so important, in how you show up. And that is what should be consistent as well, is the self integrity. I love that, Jen.
Self everything. I've looked at like what stands in the way of everything. This is just kind of off topic, but it's self-worth, self-awareness, self-compassion, integrity. All of those things are really, when it comes down to everything, when it's the opposite of it too, that's usually the problem. Whatever the problem is lack thereof in those things. So self everything. Everything is loving the crap out of yourself. All of it. All of it is self, right?
Amen to that.
There's so many other things. Do you have any things that you had in mind in particular? I have a whole list of all the things successful people do, so.
Because that you are. No, I covered everything that I wanted to share with you, actually, on, busy versus productive, consistency over,
Yes.
the right kind of habits and not the wrong kind of habits,
Yes.
showing up and doing using your time wisely and doing what you want via delegation. I'm good. I'm spot on.
Excellent.
Let's hear more.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
going to throw this out there briefly. Successful people swear a lot. You may have heard this before. It's
I
actually
love that.
true. It's true. It's true. I don't know the exact studies, but I've heard it multiple times. It's also like a comfort level in communication, as long as you know, appropriately, if you will. You know what I mean? But successful people actually swear a lot. They also do give a crap about their feelings. Of course, you know, Sajad was my business coach, and he talks about, but it's when stupid. So I teach mind flow mastery. You know, you have to think about your feelings, be aware, move on from the situation. Obviously, the past is the past, and you know, you can't change it. But also, um, being able to, oh my gosh, I keep losing my train of thought today. Tell me where I was at. Sorry. I'm telling you, I have to explain why this is happening too. So go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm like, you should probably
Oh,
want to know. So
yeah.
you said successful people cuss a lot. And
Oh, they
so,
don't care about their feelings. When they get in
yes.
your way, you can care about your feelings, but when they get in your way of action and they cause inaction, that's the main thing. So, yeah, successful people don't give a crap about their feelings. They think of something different in the action to take instead of, you know, especially what is the result if you don't take the action. Instead, what will happen then if you don't take the action that you need to be taking? Clear and concise, and they don't waste time. Those were my other main things to add. Um, so I was reviewing a Jim Rohn video, and it basically, the main quote of all of it was success is something you attract, number one. Instead of chasing, you attract what you want in general. In personal development, you must be attractive, you must be okay with change. This is a really super great quote. You can have more than you've got because you can become more than you are. And I
Ooh.
found that really, really profound. It really, really, really resonated with me. Multiply your value by 3 times, 5 times, 10 times. So increase your value, and work really hard on yourself. That was like kind of the main notes from this little, just short video that I had, and it just stood out so much I had to share it.
Spot on. Spot on. I love that.
Excellent. So I was going to explain very briefly. I had an energy session with Brian Muka, and I was explaining to Molly that my heart filled and opened up my chest a little bit. And in this session, I had things sort of flowing out. So I was having trouble remembering the title of what we're doing today because I have energy that is flowing outward, and that's what's going on, why I keep losing my train of thought today. So our show today was what smart and successful people do and they don't do, spending your time and energy where you want as a mother and entrepreneur. And I love these conversations. So this one will come out at the end of May, actually. Yes, end of May. And thank you for joining us today. I hope you've taken lots of notes, and it's been always a blast hanging out with Molly here. So connect with both of us on all of our social media, YouTube, across all of our platforms, Jen Carpenter Secure and Savvy Solutions, Molly Lowe, LinkedIn Business Coach, Lotus Mentoring. Please connect with us and stay tuned for our next recording end of May. Have an awesome day.